Hey buddy, are you tired of being ignored, underestimated, dismissed? Do you feel the fire burning inside but no one notices? Yeah, you've been pushed, laughed at, told you're too much, too loud, too chaotic, but guess what? That's your power, your edge, your chaos. You're not here by accident. No. You clicked because something inside you knows you are meant to rise, not crawl. You want raw truth, sharp reality, no fluff. You want the kind of motivation that hits like a gut punch and refuses to let go. And trust me, this video is made for you. So watch every second, feel every word, let it sink in. Leave a comment, share your story. I want to hear the truth that the world ignored. You deserve that moment. You deserve respect. You deserve to know that your hunger, your fire, your shadow is seen. This is your tribute. This video exists because of you. Yes, you, the one who's tired of playing small, the one who's ready to break chains silently, the one who's about to turn anger, frustration, and chaos into something stronger, sharper, unstoppable. So stay with me. Watch till the end. Your mind is about to be twisted, awakened, shattered, rebuilt. And remember, by commenting, by sharing, you're proving that you're not invisible. Let the world see who they underestimated. Let the world feel what you became. They laughed. Oh, how they laughed. At your ideas, at your silence, at the way you carried yourself like a secret they couldn't read. They thought you were weak, thought you were small. But here's the joke. They were blind. Blind to the storm brewing behind your eyes. Every smirk they threw, fuel. Every sneer, a spark. You smiled, quietly, but inside, the gears were grinding. They didn't see the hunger, the patient, boiling hunger that doesn't shout. It waits, and when it moves, it destroys. Look into the mirror. Really look. Not the reflection you show to the world. Not the face you wash every morning. No, the one beneath. The one that remembers every slight, every whispered insult, every time they told you, you can't. That face is not fragile. It's a weapon. Every scar etched into your skin, every memory they tried to erase is a line in the map of your domination. Do you feel it? That quiet rage that hums under your skin. That's your symphony. And they will hear it soon enough. They wanted you angry. That would have been simple. Cheap. They would have circled their wagons, smiled at your predictable fire, thought they had won. But you are worse. Oh, so much worse. You are calm, you are patience, wrapped in chaos. You are the shadow that waits just out of reach. You move in silence, and when they notice, the taste of their surprise will be sweet, bitter to them, delicious to you. The world expects a tantrum. They never expected the predator that thinks while they panic. Every insult thrown at you is a brick, and every brick builds your empire in the shadows. You don't smash them. Not yet. You stack them. Neat and precise. Let them pile higher. Let them think they built walls around you. Let them breathe their arrogance. Then when the moment is right, you walk through, not with fire, not with screams, with a smile. The kind that curls slowly, like smoke around a candle flame. The kind that says, I saw it all, and I waited. Notice the pattern. The world measures strength in noise, in anger, in obvious fury. How quaint, how easy to predict. But patience? Patience is terrifying. You've seen the chaos others create in seconds. Imagine what someone who waits, who studies, who plots, can do in years. Every slight becomes a lesson, every sneer, a strategy. They think they control the game. They don't even see the board. And when you move, they'll wish they had just left you alone. And that is the true power. Not fury, not retaliation, not the obvious smash of anger. No, it's the quiet, invisible rise, the accumulation of small victories no one notices until it's too late. That's when they understand. That's when the joke lands. That's when the mirror cracks and they finally see. Not you as they wanted. Not the angry shadow they expected. You? Something darker. Something sharper. Something they'll never forget. You are the silence before the storm. And the storm is just getting started. Hunger is not noise. Hunger does not scream. It whispers, quietly, patiently. It grows in the empty spaces they ignored. The late nights, the long walks, the silence between breaths. They saw your calm. They assumed satisfaction. They thought you were full. How wrong they were. That quiet hunger, it's sharp. It cuts deeper than anger. It teaches you to wait, to plan, to see the cracks before anyone else notices. And oh, it waits. They never understood what it meant to want. Not just to want, but to crave the impossible. To stare at their achievements and think that will be mine one day, and they won't see it coming. That's the beauty of hunger. It doesn't roar. It sharpens. It molds. It whispers secrets to the mind that no one else can hear. You feed it with every slight, every dismissal, every you can't becomes fuel. Every laugh becomes a reason to rise higher, move faster, strike smarter. Hunger makes you dangerous, not to them, not yet to yourself. It teaches patience. It teaches focus. It teaches that the world bends only for those who refuse to kneel. They live in comfort, in their routines, in the illusion of safety. You feast on discomfort. You thrive on what they fear. And the deeper the hunger grows, the more invisible you become, until one day, when you act, the world will realize it was always waiting for you to awaken. Notice how it changes you. The edges of who you were dissolve. The polite smiles, the soft words, the quiet compromises, they fall away. Hunger does not negotiate. It does not ask for permission. It shapes the mind into a blade, sharp, silent, relentless. And when you move, it moves with you. You carry it in your chest, your gut, your bones. It pulses, a rhythm only you can hear, a rhythm that will drown out the noise of their doubts. The world underestimates the quiet ones. Always. They cheer for the loud. They reward the impulsive. They ignore the patient. And that is your advantage. You are in the shadows, watching, waiting, growing. The hunger inside you is not a weakness. It is a signal, a warning to them. One day, they will see it. One day the whisper will become a roar they cannot escape, and that day will be inevitable. Remember this: hunger is not anger. Anger fades. Hunger sharpens. It endures. It reminds you every morning that you are unfinished. Every insult, every dismissal, every laugh they threw at you becomes a stepping stone. And step by step, it carries you higher, higher than they ever imagined, higher than they ever deserved. And when you arrive, they will wonder how someone so quiet became the storm they never anticipated. Being nice is a trap, a leash, a disguise. They teach you to bend, to soften, to please, to say yes when your mind screams no. They call it politeness, call it manners. I call it weakness. Nice is predictable. Nice is boring. Nice dies in silence while the world moves on without you. They wanted your compliance, your comfort, your quiet nod. But you are allergic to it. You are sharper than that. Notice how the world treats the nice. They take, they drain, they underestimate, they push, they shove. And the nice, they apologize, they shrink, they fade. You have seen it happen every time, every day, every little please and thank you. That became a chain, that became a cage. You look at yourself in the mirror and you see it, don't you? That faint echo of what you were and the rage it left behind. That rage is now your compass. The death of nice is quiet, not sudden, not loud. It is a whisper in the dark, a subtle shift. The polite nod turns into a calculated pause. The soft smile becomes a smirk, edged with understanding no one else has. You speak less, you observe more, you measure. Every action, every word, every glance, they become weapons. Nice was safe. You are dangerous. They think they control the narrative. They laugh when you step back. They misread your silence as submission. How funny. The quiet ones always surprise the world. The death of nice is a rebirth, not for them, for you. You step into the room, and they feel it. That chill down the spine, that tension that says, this one is no longer tame. This one no longer obeys. You smile quietly. Let them panic internally. Let them guess. Let them fail to understand. Nice dies when you decide that their opinions no longer matter, that their labels no longer define you, that their judgments are fuel, not chains, that their laughter is wind beneath your wings. You don't explode. You don't scream. You simply exist. And in existing, you dominate. Not with force, not with anger, but with clarity, with patience, with the cold knowledge that they never knew who you really were. Remember this: nice was the mask, politeness the leash. The world rewarded compliance, but the world cannot reward someone who refuses to play by its rules. You have shed the costume. You have broken the leash. The death of nice is not cruelty. It is survival. It is awakening. And in its ashes, you find the chaos that belongs to you. The part of yourself they feared. The part they cannot stop. The part that is finally free. Shadows are not empty. They are not weakness. They are sanctuary. They are where the world forgets you exist. Where the quiet ones build empires in silence. You have walked in the light too long, craving approval, seeking eyes that never truly see. Now you understand. The shadows do not judge. The shadows do not betray. They teach. They sharpen. They hide you until the perfect moment arrives. And oh, it will arrive. Look at them. The world, all bright smiles and flashing lights. They parade, unaware, loud, reckless, vulnerable. They fear the dark. They run from it. You embrace it. You sit in it. You drink it in like a secret tonic that no one else can taste. Every hidden hour, every silent minute, every quiet observation becomes ammunition. Shadows are allies, not just shelter. They are power. Raw, patient, unrelenting power. Notice how the world reacts when someone moves unseen. Panic, miscalculation, doubt, fear. All things the loud, the brash, the naive cannot manufacture. But you have cultivated it. In the darkness, you grow. You train, you learn, you wait. The things they never anticipate, the moves they never see, they come from here, from the place they are too afraid to enter. That fear will taste sweet when it finally meets you. The shadows teach discipline. They teach observation. They whisper secrets no one else can hear. Every small detail they dismiss becomes a weapon. Every misstep they overlook becomes an opportunity. You are not chaotic by accident. You are chaotic by design. The world fears unpredictability. Shadows give it shape. Shadows give it strategy. Shadows teach you that what they ignore is often what kills them first. And there is beauty in this. Quiet, patient beauty. The kind that curves around the edges of your mind, lingers in the marrow, hums like electricity. You move unseen. You strike unseen. You rise unseen. Until suddenly, in the blink of an eye, the world notices. And the moment they notice, it is too late. The shadows have already claimed their dues. And you are standing taller than ever. Remember this always. Shadows are not hiding. They are training. They are scheming. They are your closest companions in a world that applauds noise and punishes quiet. They are patience. They are strategy. They are inevitability. And when the time comes, when you step from them, the world will shiver. Because no one survives long in the dark except those who own it. And you have learned to own everything it hides. Rage is loud. Rage is obvious. Rage is something the world can see, mock, and contain. But you have learned the secret. Rage is not fire. Rage is steel. Cold, sharp, silent. It waits. It studies. It sharpens itself against every slight, every insult, every moment they thought they had you cornered. Fury is the spark. Discipline is the wildfire. And you have learned to burn without being seen. Notice how it changes you. Anger twists the mind. Rage clouds the senses. But refined rage is a scalpel. Every movement precise, every word measured, every glance a strike. You do not lash out blindly. You do not scream to be heard. You wait. You plan. You wait until the perfect moment when everything they rely on crumbles, because they never saw you coming. And oh, how satisfying it will be. Refined rage is intimate. It teaches control. It whispers secrets about patience. It reminds you that fury alone is weak. Anyone can explode. Anyone can shout. But few can carry the fire beneath their skin for years. Few can let it sit, feed, grow, and then wield it like a weapon so sharp that even their arrogance cannot block it. That is your edge. That is the difference between being noticed and being feared. Do not waste it. Do not squander the power of your fire. Turn it into rhythm, into movement, into strategy. Let it shape your decisions. Let it refine your instincts. Every step you take, every choice you make, let rage be the invisible hand guiding them into mistakes. Let it be the quiet drumbeat that drives you forward while the world sleeps. And know this, the world rewards chaos, but it fears mastery. They cheer for explosions. They panic at precision. That is why refined rage is the ultimate weapon. You do not need to make a scene. You do not need to announce your presence. You only need to exist and let the fire inside you do what it was always meant to do. Transform weakness into inevitability. Rage, when refined, becomes freedom. Freedom from their expectations. Freedom from their judgment. Freedom from the cage they built around your mind. They wanted anger. They would have been satisfied with fury. But you are sharper, colder, smarter. You carry the fire quietly. You strike unpredictably. And when they finally feel it, the world will understand the difference between chaos they can see and the storm they never imagined. And that's it. Did you feel that? Did the fire inside you just ignite or what? This is the moment you stop letting them define you. The moment you own your shadow, your hunger, your chaos. If you're still sitting there, still wondering if you're enough, remember this, you are. Every slight, every doubt, every insult they threw at you has made you sharper, stronger, unstoppable. And now, it's your turn to rise. Drop a comment right now. Tell me how you're going to turn your anger, your frustration, into your power. I want to read your story. I want to see the warriors who are done being underestimated. Hit that like button. Share this with someone who needs to wake up. And don't forget to subscribe for more chaos, more fire, more raw truth. This is your movement, your tribe, your rise. You've been seen. You've been noticed. You matter. And the best part? This is only the beginning. Keep your fire alive. Stay dangerous. And never ever let them see the calm behind your storm. Hey legends, stop scrolling for a sec. Listen to this. You got people out here whispering, shouting, even arguing about your energy? Like, what did you do to the air around you, huh? It changed when you walked in. Every room you enter feels like it just met electricity. Every eye that lands on you stays a little too long. And oh, the wild part? You didn't even try. You see, your vibe? It's not fake confidence. Nah, it's that rare, unfiltered realness people can't download or imitate. They can't decode it, so they talk about it. They call it luck. They call it mystery. They call it obsession. But the truth? You're just authentic in a world allergic to truth. Tell me, doesn't it feel crazy? You're not chasing attention, but attention won't stop chasing you. That's not arrogance, that's gravity. You became a pull, a silent force that drags people toward their better selves. And yeah, it's addictive. Your focus, your calm, your motion, it's got weight. Oh, Look at you surviving storms, smiling quiet, moving sharp. People can't stop talking because your growth exposes what they gave up on. They feel it deep. That mix of awe and confusion. How did you do that? And that's why this speech right here, is for you. For the ones who stayed true when fake was trending. For the ones who built themselves in silence while the world laughed. For the ones whose energy can't be cloned, only felt. Now drop a comment below. Tell me if you've ever felt that shift, that moment when people started talking about you. Not because of what you said, but because of who you became. Yeah, this one's for the real ones. The quiet storms, the magnetic souls. They don't fall for your face. They fall for your frequency. You ever notice how quiet rooms start buzzing the moment you walk in? How people who don't even know you start adjusting their tone, their stance, their breathing, like they've just stepped into a different current. Oh wow. Yeah, that's not coincidence. That's power, real power. The kind that doesn't need to shout to be heard. The kind that doesn't chase attention, it commands it. See, your energy was never meant to blend in. It wasn't built for small talk, imitation, or noise. You carry a kind of stillness that makes others restless. You're not addicted to attention, they are. They're addicted to how they feel when you're near. They mistake it for attraction, but what they're really drawn to is alignment. You move different because your intentions are clean. Your motives don't reek of desperation. That's rare. That's dangerous. You don't post every move. You don't explain your silence. You don't beg to be seen. Yet somehow, they can't stop watching. Your stillness exposes their chaos. Your discipline shatters their illusion of control. And oh wow, that bothers them. Because deep down, they wish they could hold themselves the way you do. With precision, with purpose, with patience. They'll say they're in love with you. But nah. What they love is the mirror you hold up. You reflect the part of them that's been sleeping. The strength they abandoned for convenience. The focus they traded for approval. And when they look at you, they see what they could have been if they hadn't surrendered so easily. You became their reminder, their unfinished business, their haunting proof that real ones still exist. Imagine that, your very existence becoming someone else's standard. Your calm triggering storms. Your silence teaches lessons louder than their speeches ever could. That's what happens when you master yourself. People who never understood discipline start calling it mystery. People who never knew peace start calling it love. People who never touched real power start calling it magic. But there's nothing mystical about it. It's just rare. Rare to see someone who's not controlled by their urges. Rare to see someone who doesn't crumble when ignored. Rare to see someone who values truth over applause. You stop needing validation and suddenly they needed yours. And that's when the whispers began. There's something about them. Their presence feels different. I don't know what it is, but I can't stop thinking about them. Oh wow. They can't even explain it. Because it's not on the surface. It's in your essence. You've done what few ever do. You've become unforgettable without performing. You've made people feel something without trying to please them. That's the highest form of influence, when your very being becomes a message. But here's the twist. Every energy that attracts also provokes. Light draws eyes and envy. Confidence draws admiration and imitation. Strength draws loyalty and resistance. Your presence wakes people up, but not everyone likes being awake. Some would rather sleep in the comfort of weakness than face the mirror of your composure. And that's when they start talking. Loudly, constantly. Because silence around your name feels too heavy for them to bear. They need to define you before your existence redefines them. Wow. That's the irony, isn't it? The louder they talk, the clearer your truth becomes. You don't even respond, yet somehow you're always the topic. You don't chase crowds, yet somehow you lead them. You don't try to be known, and yet you are. They don't just want your presence, they want to possess the calm that built it. It always starts subtle. A compliment here, an imitation there, a question wrapped in curiosity. How do you stay so composed? They call it admiration, but look closer. It's hunger. They're starving for something they can't name. They think it's your glow, your words, your pace. Nah, it's deeper. What they crave is the discipline that shaped your energy, the unseen labor, the hours no one applauded, the sacrifices that stitched your silence into armor. See, people don't understand the cost of peace until they see someone wearing it so effortlessly. They only notice the shine, never the sharpening. They see your calm face, but not the battles you fought just to stand still. They feel that balance radiating from you, and suddenly their own chaos starts itching under the skin. It makes them restless, like they're watching proof that their excuses were lies all along. You became a mirror again, but this time, the reflection burns, because your peace exposes their shortcuts. Your focus reveals their distractions. Your restraint shows them how easily they've been controlled. And when a person realizes they've built their identity on weakness, they panic. They want to steal strength instead of earning it. So they circle closer. They start talking like you, dressing like you, even thinking they understand you. Yeah, they copy the surface and wonder why the substance feels missing. Because the energy they're trying to replicate didn't come from trends, it came from truth. It wasn't built overnight, it was built over every lonely night. But hunger turns people feel strange. The same mouths that praise you will start to test you. The same eyes that admired you will start to watch for cracks. They'll push, they'll probe, they'll whisper, just to see if you're real. Because if they can make you react, they can tell themselves your piece was performance. The moment you don't flinch, that's when the fear sets in. They realize your calm isn't an act, it's control. You're not pretending to be unbothered. You are unbothered. And that's when admiration mutates into obsession. They can't consume what you won't give. They can't shake what you've already accepted. They can't fight someone who doesn't play the same game. But listen, this isn't about arrogance. This is about protection. Because once your energy becomes nourishment for others, you must guard the source. You can't feed every hand that reaches. Some hands come not to eat, but to drain. And if you're not careful, their hunger becomes your exhaustion. Nah, you've learned better. You give presence, not permission. You share light, not your fire. Because wisdom taught you this brutal truth. Not everyone deserves access to your calm. When truth can't be defeated, it gets distorted. That's the oldest trick in the book, If they can't destroy your presence, they'll poison your image. It's never about what you did. It's about who you became that they couldn't control. Oh wow. The same people who once smiled at your growth now choke on your progress. The same mouths that used to cheer are now heavy with quiet resentment. They don't want to see you lose. They just want to see you smaller, manageable, predictable, safe for their comfort zones. You changed the dynamic, and that scares them, because your evolution exposed the illusion of their own. When you stopped explaining yourself, they lost their favorite weapon, misunderstanding you on purpose. Yeah, they twist stories now. They stretch half-truths until they break. They sprinkle false concern over envy and call it honesty. But you see it, don't you? You can feel it. The shift in tone, the discomfort in their compliments, the way silence follows your victories. You've become the story they can't stop telling, because your existence challenges their narrative. You're proof that it's possible to rise without stepping on anyone, to stand without begging for company, to stay humble while being powerful. Nah, they can't handle that contrast. So they flip the script. They call you cold when you're just composed. They call you proud when you're just firm. They call you distant when you're simply done explaining peace to chaos. And that's fine, because you learned that reputation is a reflection, not a foundation. You can't spend your life repainting shadows for people who are afraid of light. Let them talk. Let them build their stories out of smoke. The truth always breathes, no matter how tightly they try to strangle it. You've stopped chasing clarification because you realize this. Every word spent defending yourself is a drop of energy you could have used building yourself. Oh wow, what a revelation. Let them misunderstand. Let them assume. The ones meant to see you will feel you. The rest will drown in their own noise. But don't get it twisted. Silence isn't surrender. It's a strategy. It's the move that turns gossip into echo. Because when they keep speaking your name, something strange happens. They spread your presence wider. Every insult becomes unintended marketing. Every rumor becomes a signal flare, a whisper that says there's someone out there who can't be broken. Yeah, that's how energy works. You stay focused, you keep building, and your consistency becomes the loudest revenge. Their lies age fast, but your results, they age like truth. Unshakable, unbothered, unapologetic. And here's the part that breaks them. The world starts noticing the pattern. The calm one keeps winning. The loud ones keep fading. The quiet one keeps rising. Oh wow. It hits them then. They never really hated you. They hated the reflection you forced them to face. They don't want your failure. They want your reaction. Every era of peace faces a test, not from chaos itself, but from those who need chaos to feel alive. The moment your silence becomes too steady, they'll come knocking, dragging noise with them. Oh wow. They'll poke, they'll provoke, they'll push buttons you forgot existed, just to see if your calm was real or rehearsed. They don't crave your downfall. They crave proof that your strength was temporary. And that's the trap. The moment you react, they win. Because the whole purpose of the test isn't destruction, it's a distraction. They want your focus. They want your composure. They want to see if your peace can bleed. So they'll create storms made of whispers and tension, hoping you'll abandon your stillness to fight shadows. Yeah, You've seen this pattern before. The louder they get, the quieter you must become. The tighter they pull, the looser your grip must be. Because not every battle deserves your fire. Some wars are meant to be walked through, not fought. The one who can stay centered in provocation owns the room. The one who can walk away without explanation holds all the power. Nah, don't misunderstand. Silence doesn't mean weakness. It means you've matured beyond the need for validation. You know who you are, so no noise can rewrite it. You've turned your emotions into soldiers, not slaves. That's why they can't predict you anymore. One moment they expect fury, the next, nothing. That nothing terrifies them, because it means you've learned control. Control, the rarest strength there is. Anyone can speak. Few can hold their tongue. Anyone can attack. Few can wait. And that patience, that's your armor. It's how you turn testing into training. Every attempt to rattle you becomes a free lesson in restraint. Every insult becomes a weight you lift in silence. They wanted to see you crack. Instead, they watched you upgrade. The same pressure meant to break you became your sculptor. Because focus doesn't just survive tension, it sharpens through it. That's why you no longer fear conflict. You understand it's just part of the purification process. Every challenge strips away another layer of distraction until what's left is only precision. Yeah, they thought they could expose your weakness, but they only revealed your strength. They wanted to trigger the old you, the one that needed to prove something. But that version doesn't exist anymore. You've buried the urge to respond just to be right. You've traded reaction for observation. You've turned patience into a weapon. Look at that. You passed the test without even realizing it. They came for your peace, and instead you strengthened it. That's the paradox they'll never solve. The harder they try to shake you, the more unshakable you become. But this evolution, it changes everything. Because now they can't provoke you, can't label you, can't define you. So they're left with one last option. When people can't become you, they start performing versions of you. That's the phase no one warns you about. When the same voices that once mocked your discipline start trying to mirror it. They'll copy your tone, your manner, your phrases, even your silence. They'll wear it like armor, but it'll never fit right. Because power borrowed is power broken. And the difference between imitation and authenticity is pain. Yours was earned through it. Theirs is a costume stitched with envy. Yeah, you'll notice it. The sudden shift in their rhythm. The way they start using your words without understanding the meaning. They think they can duplicate your presence, like it's a formula. But they missed the part where your strength was built in solitude. They skipped the patience, the sacrifice, the reflection. They want the glow, not the grind. Nah, that's not how this works. Power isn't about how you act when eyes are watching. It's how you carry yourself when nobody cares. They think confidence is a pose. You know it's a result. They think calm is a mood, you know it's mastery. That's why no imitation ever lasts long. Because borrowed energy fades fast. They'll fool others for a while. Some will even praise their mimicry. But the truth always peeks through the cracks. Real presence has weight. False presence has volume. And eventually, the room can tell the difference. One commands attention. The other demands it. It's almost poetic. The same people who once underestimated you now try to be you. That's the quiet revenge of consistency. You never had to argue, never had to compete. You simply kept showing up with precision until your rhythm became a reference point. They took notes while pretending not to watch. But don't mistake imitation for flattery. It's often an escape from accountability. They'd rather mimic your discipline than confront their weakness. They'd rather wear your silence than face their noise. It's not love, it's dependency. They draw from your example because they haven't found their own spine yet. Yeah. You'll see them repeat your lines, copy your calm. But when real pressure hits, the mask slips, because endurance can't be faked. Composure can't be mimed. You either built it or you didn't. And when life tests them, their borrowed power cracks like cheap glass. Nah, you don't gloat. You observe. You understand. Because imitation is proof that your influence worked, even on those who never admitted it. It means you've become more than a person. You've become a standard, a walking reminder that restraint is louder than noise. Look around. Your energy shifted everything. The same people who doubted you now orbit around the strength they once ignored. They talk, they copy, they test, they twist, yet still you rise. Not because you fought them, but because you never stopped mastering yourself. Oh wow, you made it all the way here. That means something. It means your attention still belongs to you. In a world that tries to drain every ounce of your focus, you stayed locked in. You didn't just listen, you felt it. And that right there, that's proof of who you are. Someone who doesn't just exist, but moves the air when they walk through it. Yeah, let them keep talking, whispering, guessing. Because every word they speak is just another sign that your presence leaves marks they can't erase. You didn't need approval. You didn't beg for attention. You became the signal itself. That's rare. That's powerful. And nah, it's not luck. It's discipline disguised as aura. It's consistency disguised as mystery. It's you built different, wired sharper, focus deeper. So here's your reminder. Never shrink for comfort. Never dim your fire because it makes others sweat. Your peace is precious. Your silence is strategy. Your aura, a reflection of all the storms you survived without breaking. Oh wow, yeah, you earned that glow. Now take that energy and walk back into the world like you own every second of it. Because you do. Every step you take is proof that self-control is the real flex. And when they talk about you again, and they will, let them. Let the noise play background to your next move. If this hit you deep, drop your thoughts below. Let me know which line stayed with you the most, because your energy fuels this whole thing. Every comment, every word, every moment you give means you're part of something real. And remember this, your energy isn't for everyone. It's for those strong enough to feel it without trying to steal it. Until next time, stay sharp, stay grounded, and keep walking like silence follows you for a reason.